On this morning, we have changed the clocks. We've got to get to spring first before we think about summer. But if you want some tips on how to save money and plan the best trip possible, we've got you covered this morning. Joining us this morning, we have Sarah Greaves-Gabbadon, known as JetSetSarah. So excited to have her here. She is an award-winning travel writer and editor. Good morning, JetSetSarah.
Good morning from Miami. How are you?
Oh, from Miami. We love that. I wish I were there instead. But I love you guys. I'm glad to be here with you this morning. So let's go ahead and jump into it. First up, Sarah, what trends are you seeing so far when it comes to travel this year?
Oh my gosh. Well, first, it seems like everyone is going everywhere all at once, right? We're all back out there. And there are a number of trends that we're seeing. Cruise, for example, really hot, particularly solo cruising and expedition cruising to places like the Galapagos and Antarctica. All-inclusive resorts are really hot. You know, it's not just bland buffets and wristbands anymore. They're very elevated, very luxurious. You can even do a private island all-inclusive. And then we're seeing coolcations, what they're calling coolcations. So remember, normally when we go to Europe, we go to places like France and Spain. People are now looking, as all those countries get warmer, people are now looking to take coolcations and going further north. Sweden and Iceland and Norway.
Awesome. Okay. My co-anchor Keith loves a good cruise, so I'm going to make sure he goes back to watch this. So what is the best way for, he just said, yeah, I do. What's the best way to folks to pick out their destination?
Oh my gosh. Well, let me think. Particularly if you have young children, you want to make sure that you're going somewhere that's just a nonstop flight away, that you don't have to connect. It also, that means that you're not going to lose bags, right? You're going to lessen your chances of losing bags. Go also to places where the dollar is strong, because of course, everyone wants to save money. AARP just did this travel survey. 70% of people said they plan to travel this year, but 20% of people said costs might be an obstacle. So you want to look to save by going to destinations where the dollar is strong, so like Japan, Canada. Also, I always say if you want to save, open up your wallet, looking not to take out the money, but to look at those membership and affinity cards you have. Maybe you belong to a warehouse store, or you belong to a professional. I belong to AARP, so I get discounts on hotels right across the board.
All right, and that is something that we, definitely have to keep in mind, because the cost of hotel, flights, and car rentals all add up as you go out to your destination. So be on the lookout for those discounts, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta be smart, but you gotta travel. Don't using it as an excuse. Gotta.
Alrighty, now you're known for your travel hacks and some of your insider tricks. What are some ways people can make the trip planning process stress-free? I am not the planner when it comes to trips. I hate it. So I usually hand it off to someone else in the group. What advice do you have for folks like me?
You know what, particularly for cruises, I think you want to use a travel advisor who specializes in cruises, because that is really its own very complicated lane. Use a travel advisor, whether that is someone in person or online. Like, for example, AARP has a whole travel agency powered by Expedia. So you might want to use an online travel organization. But, you want someone who knows what they're talking about. Talk to the experts, and also talk to your friends who've been before, because sometimes that third party endorsement is really what puts you over the edge.
All righty. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Definitely some helpful tips to keep in mind as folks are planning those getaways. If you missed any of that, we will have all the information for you on fox61.com. Have a great morning.